Hello and welcome back to game number 2 of tonight's Xenotactic Duo Clan Championships. We are now in Miramar, the sand map, and we are starting off with team number 4, Deathly Hallows. The match will be starting in around 20 seconds time. I know that probably will then see the flight path, but to start us off, let's have a brief recap of game number 1 where we saw Riot coming twice in the top 3 with 2 separate teams, with Riot Ghost and Mystic winning game number 1, so they were then given the opportunity to choose the map for game 2, which is why we're now in Miramar. And here we go with a south to north flight path, starting off just on the coastline near to Los Leones and ending up at La Cabrera. We are going through the majority of the hotspot locations in Miramar, in places like Los Leones, San Martin, Picado and La Cabrera, with El Pozo just on the left hand side, and I'm sure that at least one team will be going to Hacienda to try and get the golden car. And without further ado, the first teams are jumping, and going first is Team 21 New Punters, along with Team 10 Sons of Odin, Team 16 Riot and Team number 9 Sons of Odin 2. I'm going to have Team 10 and Team 9 flying in, both looking to head to Los Higos on the coastal areas of Miramar. And let's have a look at the map and see where our teams have gone to. So we have a couple down at Chumacera, one being Salty Snakes and the other being Riot by the looks of it. We also have a couple of teams near to Hacienda. As I mentioned, we have Team 50, but here we go. Nemris has been taken down by Knockout. So let's go straight over to Team 50, where we now have AOD Nix. We have Kwani of Team 45. They are at Hacienda inside the villa. And that is Nix managing to take down Knockout. And Kwani is now trying to get the revive there. We have Team 49 Zen just moving away from them for the time being. And that also meant that AOD Nix was taken out. I do apologise we missed that. There was a little bit of lag there. So let's leave Team 45 to continue looting. And let's go back to... And Team 10 are now going further down the coastline, heading to Valdemar. But let's go over to Team 39 Salty Snakes as they come up against Team 14 Riot. And that is right, getting the finish on Salty Snake's Fin God there. So we now have 2 kills for Team 14 Riot. And just like that, we now have Team 30 PDX coming up against Team 15, and Riot Mystic and Ghost are winners from game number 1. They are inside the arena right now. It looks as though PDX has a rough idea on their location, but nothing too definitive. And a huge thank you to the two people that have just followed the channel, Sean and Zena. Much appreciated. I'm very happy that you are with us. So we now have PDX know their exact location, so they're not doing anything too risky. So I think they're going to try and scout the area generally and try and get a better idea as to where these teams are placed before doing anything too risky. But with an M4 and an Uzi, I think PDX Subi is well prepared should anything happen. And there we go, a Kar 98. A lovely gun to have on Miramar, mainly due to the high ground that you'll find with the mountains like we're seeing right now at 125 and high buildings. So a sniper is a really good weapon to have, not just for shooting. If you get an 8 scope on that, that can be a really decent scouting weapon to have. We give you a great overlook on the general area and allow you to see anyone that's trying to sneak in against you. And we still have Team 15 in the near vicinity. They're over towards west. It looks as though, according to this map, they are just retreating a little, possibly going to the outskirts of El Pozo, and then moving round. They do have Team 28, Sons of Odin, on the left-hand side, and they do have Team 33 Gen just to the south of them. So they won't really want to stay in this area for too long unless they are really capable of holding it. But let's have a quick look now at team number 4, who we started off with, as they have Team 46, who I believe is Neo and Alex from Zen. And we have Buff armed with a Mini 14 and an M4, two 5.56 weapons. It's always risky using two weapons that take the same ammo type, mainly because it may be difficult to find the ammo you need. And for me personally, I wouldn't be happy having anything less than around 120 bullets for a sniper alone. And then anything else I can hold will be used for that AR weapon. But saying that, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite, because if I had a VSS and an Uzi, I totally would go for it. And here we go, Neo and Alex just creeping in a little, getting closer and closer to team number 4. And Alex and Neo are at the vendor machines. And now Neo is starting to push further in towards Deathly Hallows. They are one building away. We have Neo there and we have Deathly Hallows there. Right, Mystic gets a knock on ZPX Ant-Man. And here we go. Alex is now in the same building as Neo. They are just... Here we go. Alex was going to move in, but has thought twice. Buff is ready. Looks as though Alex has realised that there are people there, as has Neo. Oh, grenade goes in. And Buff has moved back. Now on the top floor we have Jammy just to the right hand side. A grenade going in and just hitting the wall and going to the right hand side. Ooh. That must be one of the weirdest grenade shots I've ever seen. A rebound off the wall and coming back out the window. The grenades are good, and if it was anywhere else, that would be a brilliant shot. They're just driving around. Oh, and one's right next to Jammy. Oh, it's a smoke. It's all good. Shots now being fired at Neo by Deathly Hallows buff. Shots are being returned. On Jammy is now retreating, trying to crack down on the right hand side. Neo and Alex are both on the same floor. Molly has just come in. Neo manages to move out of the way. Alex almost being hit by it too. And that is Jammy now shooting from the wall. Oh, and Neo has taken down Deathly Hallows buff. Jammy is now in the smoke, trying to get to his teammate to get that revived death. Buff is now retreating back a little. Another mod has gone in, as has a grenade. And just misses. Neo is now starting to make that and that is a kill for Deathly Hallows, with Jammy taking down Neo, preparing a grenade to go towards Alex. It rebounds off that balcony. If Jammy was doing crossbar shots, I think he'd win. And that is Jammy getting the revive with a molly going in. But I think now it would only be fair to move over to another team. So let's go and have a look at the right team. With Mystic just being knocked by a grenade, we've got Riot Ghost going up against ZPX and PDX of Team 30. Ghost is trying to get in, just manages to get by. And there is Ghost and Mystic being taken down by PDX and ZPX. So unfortunately they will not be able to maintain their winning streak this time round. But let's now go to Team 37, Gen, who's going up against Team 36, Gen 2. Oh, and Alex has just knocked Deathly Hallows buff. We have Gen Raven, who is knocked and is not going to be revived, and that is a kill for Gen 1 Pound Fish. So we have Gen Spook up the top, just behind this rock. Gen Fish is pushing in and is knocked by Gen Spook. And Jammy has taken down Alex, so that is 2 kills for the Deathly Hallows team. Now going to get the revive on Gen 1 Pound Fish. And let's leave them for a moment and go over to Team 44 SF, where we find SF Yaya knocked. And they are shooting towards Noob Hunters, Team 20, who are on top of the building. And now we have got Noob Hunters Flavors of Team 21 going up against Team 16. They are both in the blue. Oh, and Andy K takes down NH Flavors. I'm going to have them running into the zone on foot. And now if you have a quick look at the zone that we've been presented with, it has moved north. We still have two big locations of La Cabrera and El Pozo still in play. And now Jen, Team 33 are going up against Team 4, Deathly Hallows. And Goddess is just taken down right Gavstar with a car 98. As the Gen team are now being pushed by Team 5, who are also from the Deathly Hallows team. And now that we are 19 minutes in, over halfway on game number 2, let's have a brief recap. As we see that we still have in play Deathly Hallows Team 4 with 2 kills, 5 with none, 6 with none. We'll then move into Sons of Odin, who have 2 kills of Team 9, 10 have none, and then Riot, Goddess and Get Good, who have 4 kills on Team 14. Noob Hunters Team 20 with 1, RPG 26 with none, Sons of Odin 28 with none. Oh, it could be RPG, I do apologise. Team 30, ZPX PDX with 2, Gen Team 33 with 3, SF Team 44 with 5, Team 45 have just been taken out, and then we have Team 48 Zen with 2. So we have 13 teams remaining, we have 25 players left. Oh, and Buff is getting hit by Gem Fitzy, but shots are returned, and SF Yaya takes down Sons of Odin Moonin. And now we have 2 main areas where the teams are grouping together. One being the crater fields, the other being in the bottom right section. The other teams seem to be fairly split, with Team RPG 26 top right. We have Zen 48 on the right hand side of the map. And then we have Team 30 PDX, ZPX, Team 14 Riot together on the southern side. And then we have RPG Team 28 on the western side. And our Noob Hunters are going up against SF. And Gen Nick has just got a knock on Deathly Hallows buff with Mini 14. And Team 44 are now coming in, chasing Team 9 Sons of Odin. And they're doing the classic left to right swerve, trying to avoid those shots. Just comes in and gets that finish. Get Good is just up ahead in that shed. Oh, and SF Abstract takes down Deathly Hallows Redders, who look to have been driving towards Right Get Good in that vehicle. And here we go, Yaya is firing towards Get Good. You have ZPX and PDX over towards West, who are now firing at Yaya and Abstract. They've just gone prone on the mountaintop, trying to avoid those shots. And we now have just 8 teams remaining, 15 players. All teams remaining have 2 players apart from Team 14, where Riot Get Good finds himself on his own for the time being. And Kaiser's just got a knock on Jammy with grenade. Oh, and ZPX Ant-Man takes down Yaya with an AWM. And Kaiser gets a finish on Jammy and Buff. Yaya and Abstracts are now moving in by vehicle. They inside zone alongside team number 9, Sons of Odin. We have team 33, Gen, in the northern direction. We have Zen 48 on the eastern side. We have RPG team 28 on the western side. And then we have ZPX and PDX just moving north towards Team 20. And then we have Riot Get Good, who has just been taken down by SF Yaya. And just got knocked on Naughty. And Yaya's now throwing grenades as PDX and ZPX come towards them. We've got PDX rotating left, we have ZPX rotating right. And both members of SF are going on the right hand side too. We have Jen a brilliant grenade from SF Yaya, who's now pushing in towards Ant-Man. And that is PDX taken down. And Gem Fitzy has just taken down Snipes. And looks as though the play zone will be the end of Fitzy. And may possibly be the end for Venus, being taken down by SF Abstract over at 175. And that is Yaya getting a knock on one of the RPG members of Team 28. The play zone finishes off Venus. And Abstract is going up against Jacko. That is Jacko down by Abstract. And here are our top two. We have RPG and we have SF. And that is the end of game number 2, with the winning team being SF with 20 kills. We have RPG in second with 2. We have Sons of Odin in third with 3. We have Jen in fourth with 5. We have Zen in fifth with 4. We have ZPX, PDX in sixth with 3. We have Riot in 7th with 5. We have Deathly Hallows in 8th with 2. We have RPG in 9th with none. We have Deathly Hallows in 10th with none. And then we have Deathly Hallows in 11th with no kills. If you have enjoyed this stream, please follow the channel for new content. We will be back in just a moment for game number 3. This is the Xenotactic Duo Clan Championships. I am Ab Summer and we will be right back.